Let me get out of here. Okay, so I'm back. So
Thiago from Brazil, who scored Orlando's lone goal against
sorry
Red
about
Bull
the
New York in their
defense. I
season
don't know
opener,
what picked me out,
will come on
but we're back
for the
anyway.
final minutes of this match.
What time is it? 8 o'clock.
An under 22 initiative
It's
signing.
8:51 need to say.
One of 3 from Brazil in this offseason for Orlando
I'm
City.
from Brazil,
2
too.
of them on the field now. Iago, the center back, and Thiago, the striker.
Well, Atuesta coming in gives them almost 3 defensive midfielders to sit in front of this back line.
Oh, Messi back to Murrah. Reed Brown out for a corner for Inter Miami. Messi swinging this to the back post. Silvetti couldn't handle it. Dorsey didn't know where the ball was. Mikael trying to chase it down, and he's able to win another corner.
How good is that from Miami center back?
Former teammates in Houston, Mikael gets the best of his old pal. 8th corner of this match coming up for Inter Miami. DePaul into a dangerous spot. Iago flicks it on. Atuesta sending forward. Thiago goes through Murray.
Foul.
Play will continue. Sinclair's under a lot of pressure, does well to get it to Segovia. Silvetti picks out Messi. There's a guy on the left wing for Miami the past few years that would do similar things quite often. Silvetti bouncing it back. He didn't get that one right. And it's cleared away.
Pass. Good. Pass. Good.
DePaul. Murrah.
Pass.
This hits it.
Catch it on time.
Oh, it's just a little bit of frustration settling in. You can see it on the faces of Mascherano and Messi. Silvetti's just got to be a little bit cleaner, a little bit more composed there. Maybe not have the first touch lay off. Just a little bit more composure. '82nd minute, you still see signs that they miss Jordi Alba. I still think they're going to be okay. They're just going to be different, but understated at how important he was for Messi, but Miami, just in those critical moments. Your second best attacking player was your left back.
A seemingly telepathic connection with Lionel Messi. But tonight, Miami have looked more like it. They've found 2 goals in the second half. They continue to come at Orlando City. Segovia tried to leave it for Messi. Gusky cuts it off. Mikael back to St. Clair. Falcone steps away from Spicer. DePaul. Silvetti settles. He was offside.
Well.
Where's his emotions so clearly on his face? Javier Mascherano. made the right moves at halftime to bring Inter Miami back into this match.
Good players figure it out. And for anyone that was watching the first, 65, 70 seconds of this second half, the Miami players were confused on their setup. And yet they figured it out. They brought Yannick Bright in at center back. Mikael ended up being that left back at times. But the second half has been a lot of Inter Miami going forward. Orlando City have had their chances. Dane St. Clair's made a couple good saves, timely saves in this second half. But the rest of this game is about Orlando City still getting a point out of this game.
Tuesta read that well. Reed Brown sends forward.
Miami want to win trophies. They want to win the Supporter Shield, CONCACAF Champions Cup, Leagues Cup, and defending MLS Cup champions. This is a kind of result that at the end of the year, if they somehow can find a way to get 3 points when they're in the Supporter Shield race, you remember results like these.
Bertarame.
Pass. Shoot.
Cuts it back towards Messi. Leads
Shoot.
to Segovia.
Yes. I told you. Guys. I told you. I told you to make it to 2-3. I told you that. I told you. All I gotta do is wait until they score. I did it. Finally, the 2-0 lead, and now the 2-3 lead, a comeback. Look what happened in Inter for this new one.
It's why the result
Inter
in
Miami,
League One
the same thing.
at the LA Coliseum was so mind-boggling.
Cannot believe this.
Anemic, slow, no real aggression from Miami at all. Great little turn here from Bertarame. But this ball just pops perfectly for Segovia to have the composure. But you got to have a 9 that can turn, and then the blink of an eye, they're defending on their heels. But sometimes it's not a blast, it's a pass. And Segovia passes it right by Crepeau. And it's 3-2, Miami and Mascherano here in Orlando.
You know why I'm so smart in soccer sports?
That's a goal to go with 2 assists for Talasco Segovia tonight.
Yeah.
All in the second half. And Inter Miami are now 4 minutes and added time away from their first ever win in Orlando. They trailed 2-0 at halftime. A dominant first half from Orlando City, at least from the scoreline perspective. It has been so different in this second half.
Now the Miami fans coming out of nowhere here in Orlando City.
The chorus has changed
very quickly.
Can they find a fourth? Messi pulling away from Gusky towards Allende. Crepeau gets there first. It's going to be brought back for a foul. Gusky is already on a yellow card.
Yeah, it has to be a second yellow if you blow the whistle there.
Gusky disagrees with the decision, but the decision has been made, and now will a card come out? It will. Colin Gusky, a second yellow card. He is sent off. A second half that has gone from bad to much worse for Orlando City. The 19-year-old homegrown on his first start will leave a little early.
Great little turn of pace. He gets in front of Gusky to try to force Gusky in a spot right in front of the referee. If the referee blows the whistle there for a foul, which he does, it is a second yellow.
Messi tried to go quickly. He took this free kick. It's over the goal. Ismail Elfath is looking to the side because Kalinguski wasn't off the pitch yet. They're going to do it again.
He's also being told by the fourth official to come over. They're going to have a conversation. The staff of Orlando City were completely out of their minds because of the second yellow given. And I think the fourth official is telling them exactly what happened with the staff. And the staff is still in front of the manager.
Oscar Pereira is getting an explanation now from Ismail Elfath. It was Rosendo Mendoza, the fourth official, who called over the referee.
But it wasn't Oscar. I want to make that abundantly clear. It was the two gentlemen behind Oscar that were all over the fourth official. That's why the referee's been brought over.
A yellow card was shown to Oscar Pereira.
We think it could have been given to the staff. We don't know. Either way, the referee handled it the right way.
And oftentimes, a kind of a full staff yellow goes to the head coach. It confirmed from down below. It was Oscar Pereira going into the book. After all of that, ready for this free kick.
This is only the second week of the season. What a game. What an environment. We've had it all.
Messi.
Oh, no.
Sneaks in.
Oh, no.
Into the wall to celebrate. The exclamation point for Inter Miami. What a second half. They will surely get their first win away in Orlando. It's a brace for Messi.
What has captivated my attention from the moment Lionel Messi has set foot in Miami is the rivalry and hatred and the attention he gets from Orlando City. The iPhones are out. Everybody wanting a glimpse. And what one Canadian goalkeeper did in the first half, the other one does in the second. Maxime Crepeau should have done better with that. Messi, Falcone in Miami. They don't mind it. 4-2, down 2-0 at halftime. What a comeback.
He's going to give somebody his autograph, it seems. My goodness, what a second half. Gonzalo Lujan will come on. He was also an option to shore up the back line earlier in the half. It wasn't needed. It was a brilliant move to bring on Silvetti for Allen in retrospect. He's going to come on for Allende now, so they'll kind of reconfigure things to equilibrium, so to speak, from the defense to the attack, and they do so after scoring 4 goals in 45 minutes. Furious.
Full disclosure, Messi was asking the assistant coach of Orlando City if he wants me to autograph the ball after the game. He went over and directly said it to him.
Well, there's a minimum 10 minutes left in this game.
That's how you get my attention.
And you love that, don't you?
He's done everything in the world, and yet here he is in Central Florida, and he's still wanting to beat you and embarrass you.
Dorsey in, awkward clearance, and now to midfield, and Messi, did he nutmeg Brecalo? He did. Orlando comes away with it. Messi is down. I mean, the celebration walking straight to the wall.
Oh, it's
Orlando supporter section. But there is time left in this game. Orlando are down a man, but the minimum 10 minutes of added time, if they have any hope, would give them a little bit more. Well, the way this has been going, it might just be more time for Miami to put up a bigger number. Segovia goes through Brian Ojeda and is called for a foul. He's shown a yellow card for kicking the ball away immediately to delay that restart.
I couldn't ask for a better gift on my birthday, by the way.
That's fun,
absolute pleasure. This has been brilliant.
Yeah.
The wall, Orlando City, the atmosphere. Orlando City in the first half, Miami in the second. It's a big year, 2026 here in the United States, Mexico, Canada, here in MLS. If this is any indication of what we're going to get this season, hang on tight. What a game.
It has been thrilling. The first Florida derby of the year. 2-0 Orlando City at the half. 4-2 Inter Miami in stoppage time. 2 goals from Lionel Messi.
Nice,
One from
Messi.
Matteo Silvetti. One from Talasco Segovia. Thiago for Orlando City. They need one if they want any hope of getting anything out of this game. They need one quick. Messi poked it away, but is called for a foul in doing so. To West, a strong challenge, and then Spicer well over. This has been fun. The second Sunday Night Soccer of 2026, and the third one next week brings us to Cincinnati, Ohio. FC Cincinnati hosting a Toronto FC team that have signed Josh Sargent. Was not part of their squad this weekend. 2 losses in 2 games for Toronto, but I really feel like their season will start when Sargent becomes a part of that group. An FC Cincinnati team that won opening week, lost week 2. Vander lost to an injury early in their season. Cincinnati and Toronto coverage starting 6:30 Eastern here on Apple TV next week. Sunday Night Soccer presented by Continental Tire. Rodrigo De Paul, tucking as he has all game.
But it's to the staff of Orlando City.
This game means a lot to both of these clubs. You can tell. Rodrigo De Paul hasn't been in Miami long, and he feels it. To be fair, he's like that no matter who he plays against.
But it's obviously ingrained within the teams.
That's what makes a rivalry great. This has turned into one of the best in Major League Soccer.
Yeah.
Real animosity between these teams, a real intensity when they play, no matter where, no matter what the situation is. He's still going. And he's going to be shown a yellow card. Too much talking, says Ismail Elfat. De Paul into the book. And then taking that restart too quickly. Ismail Elfat was kind of saying, I didn't even have my card back in my pocket. You got to wait.
The Paul got a yellow card for no reason.
Now back into play. Messi. Berterame, Segovia, Messi. Play on, says Ismail Elfat. Ojeda, Spicer, Lujan into Atuesta. Ojeda leaves one in for Rodrigo de Paul.
I want Rodrigo de Paul smiling.
I mean, it's hit with pace, but make no mistake about it, Crepeau's got to save that. And that picture's worth 1,000 words for me. It's just as good as it gets. In a rivalry, in a moment, in a huge year for Messi, defending champion Argentina. Will he play in the World Cup? He's still reluctantly saying if he's fit, if he's engaged. You know what he'll do. He'll play in that World Cup, but this game's been great.
Berterame, perhaps the only thing Miami need is to get him off and running in 2026. Now De Paul, try to pop it in to Messi, who looked to be offside. It's been a thrilling night, a tale of two halves. Two teams that lost their season openers, left with big questions after last week. One will still have those questions. An Orlando City team that is staring at blowing a 2-0 lead at halftime to their rivals. And another in Inter Miami that has spent 45 minutes answering any question anybody might have about what they will be in 2026 in their title defense year.
And some real questions for Orlando City. 4 goals in the second half, losing to the Red Bulls. Antoine Griezmann in Orlando City may take the headlines, but there's going to be question marks of whether or not this team can get back to their defensive pedigree. Maxime Crepeau, other than the one moment tonight, he's had to make 5 or 6 real saves this season. In a difficult Eastern Conference, could be difficult for Orlando City to grind out some points early on.
Berterame from behind is called for a foul. Reed Brown will send forward. Mikael knocks down. Dorsey on it, sending it wide. It's a goal kick for Miami, and we're still going. Several stoppages in added time, and those in pink in enemy territory just waiting for that final whistle. And there it is. For the first time, Inter Miami have won in Orlando. An incredible second half from the defending champs. From 2-0 down, Inter Miami win 4-2. Their first win of 2026.
First game in March 1st. They finally did it.
Perhaps a difficult start for Dane St. Clair. Came up big when needed in the second half. But really, it was all about Inter Miami flipping a switch at halftime. Seems like there's negotiations going on for his kit, huh? Multiple players. I know you don't like this after a rivalry.
That's not what this is.
Unless that's not what this is.
This is Martino Ojeda asking, why are you celebrating in front of the wall? Why are you arguing with the staff of my team? I don't care who you are. For the 90 minutes you just played against my team, you went and celebrated. I have zero problem with Martino Ojeda having a conversation with Messi about the situation.
It's a real rivalry, Inter Miami and Orlando City. This is the player of the match. with 2 goals and an assist. Lionel Messi, who opened his account for the 2026 season tonight.
Well, and it felt like it was going to be one of those nights with so many saves from Maxime Crepeau in the first half, and then just leaving Messi to try to find that little bit of angle to then whip it with his left foot. Great finish, and then they were off and rolling, and then Maxime Crepeau could have done better with this. But Messi, second goal of the night, celebrates in front of the wall.
Yeah.
A lot of question marks. Would he ever play in Orlando after missing the previous 2 years? His first game, he delivers.
In 10 tries in this city, Inter Miami get their first win, and they get their first win of the season. They do it in emphatic fashion. This was a vast majority purple crowd. It was a home game for Orlando City with an incredible atmosphere. But those that came to cheer on the visitors, whether locally or whether they made the 200-mile trip up to Central Florida, they were thrilled by a wonderful second half from Inter Miami.
Yeah.
Reports of their demise were greatly exaggerated. Inter Miami are off and running in 2026. 4-2 the final. We'll break it down when you come back.
There's flying,
I'll see y'all
and then there's making
next
the most
live
of it
stream.
with Plaid.